There's a lot happening with the current Bitcoin Cash hard fork split, whatever you want to call it. Let me just cross the street real quick. And the Bitcoin Satoshi Visions by Greg Wright, the self-proclaimed Satoshi, right? And now the huge mining pools trying to compete for hash power. It almost seems like a civil war. And something that came to me, I was just trying to back away, look at the big picture, and this is like a literally a textbook example of one of my favorite war quotes, and that's divide and conquer. Now, this is a little bit of a conspiracy. It's just me thinking out loud and want to share this information with you guys as I'm walking down this peaceful street in Prague. That if you're the government and you really wanted to bring down crypto, I mean, you wouldn't want to fight against this huge mining pools all working together. You wouldn't want to fight against people who are, helping each other. What you would do is you make a bunch of people. You would want to start a small civil war. You would want to sabotage, and you would want to make people get into arguments, make people hate each other, and fight against each other. And when everyone's busy fighting amongst themselves, then an actual billion trillion dollar entity could easily step in and just pick up the pieces of what's left. And I mean, if I really wanted to kill crypto, or cause a huge down move, or do something bad, that's how I would do it. It just makes sense to me. And it's just sad, but people are all focused on fighting for power right now. And who's gonna is gonna be there's talks of a hash war happening. There's talks of pretty much people fighting till death, quote unquote, that they will literally pull. I think Bitmain is thinking of or about to pull all their Bitcoin mining resources to mine against Bitcoin Satoshi's vision. And Bitcoin Satoshi's vision is also pulling all their crazy resources. And it almost seems like a purposefully caused war that somebody is forcefully initiating for some bigger reason. And as we are just let me see. So Gray says, I don't understand the whole BCH BSV thing. I think it's about money, power, and fame. I don't think helps crypto adoption at all. Yeah, he thinks it's about money, power, and fame. Yeah. Oh, actually, Steam price just shut up. That's cool. Thanks for comments, guys. I'm going to talk about STEEMIT in a second. Let me just cover this real quick. Well, essentially, it's some misunderstandings and some people who just don't agree on something, but like we can't really look at what they're saying because everyone has this hidden agenda. We got to read between the lines here, and this is just my attempt at reading between the lines because something just doesn't click to me. It doesn't make sense why someone would just sabotage their own work against their own company or against their own future, because that's what it seems like to me. Somebody must have been bribed really, really heavily. Oh, on shot as in being the okay. You're saying the Steam price went down. Exactly. Well, that's why I think Steam is a good. I'm personally thinking of investing in Steam right now, but I'll cover that later. I just actually let me talk about that right now. I mean, that was just a simple thing I just wanted to cover. That what I would do if I want to do something bad, and if I had lots of power, I wouldn't want to bring. Yeah, everything went down today. That's true. Everything is going down because people are too busy fighting for their own fame and fighting for their own greed and their own power, and they don't see a big picture. What if somebody wants us to fight against each other? What if they want to divide us and conquer us? Because I'm pretty sure, like the way America, or I'm using America as an example here, but when America wants to take over a country, I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of sabotages and protests and people fighting against the government, and then the country falls apart. and then they take over it, or you know, send their army once everything's already falling to pieces. It just makes sense from war perspective. Like if you want to like fight an opponent, you don't want an opponent that's at full health. You know, you want to poison their body and wait for them to be sick, and then you know attack them. That's what I would do. So speaking of STEEMIT itself, I just came back from SteamFest, and this is some cool graffiti. Let me just walk this way. Nice background. I just came back from SteamFest, and I was really surprised how strong the community is. I was really surprised the way they function, because they don't have ICOs on Steam, at least not yet, because SMTs are not launched. But there's all these dApps, which the first thing they do is launch a dApp, and they ask people like, you know, for help after they already released the product. It's like the opposite of ICOs and Ethereum. It seems like a really, really healthy environment. And you know, speaking to the Steam team and seeing their talks at the conference, they don't care about STEEMIT.com, which is bad and good. It's bad because that's their main interface everyone uses, but it's good because they're working on the underlying platform and the actual backbone. And they said it like on live on the actual stage. They're like, yeah, we don't really care about STEEMIT. We want to build the underground and underlying roots and the underlying stuff which makes things work, the protocols, the technology, and then everybody else can build their own interfaces, like busy.org, like Steam Plus, like DTube, Steam Shot. These are all those interfaces for specific use cases of Steam, and they want specific use cases using the same exact technology. They don't really care about the makeup and stuff, which I really, really value. Their community was super strong. I was surprised how many really, really smart people were there, and how amazing and deep their visions were, because they had. I was just so impressed. I had to write down some quotes that I heard people say, because I didn't have a quote from Ned himself that he said, which I'm going to talk about in a later video. So what trying to do right now is release some exclusive content on DTube, which is a YouTube version on STEEMIT, decentralized tube, right? DTube. And that's my small contribution, providing content which I exclusively make for their platform, alongside these live streams, which I publish over there as well. And I really urge you guys to check out STEEMIT. You know, reconsider them as a token, and also look into BitShares, because BitShares is one of the most development focused projects. They had a speech at their conference as well. They're one of the most development focused platforms that I've seen in a long time, and they literally said on the stage, and they admitted it, that the UB, the ultimate beneficiary lady, who's kind of like the elected president to sign off on things in BitShares, she said like on the stage, she's like, yeah, we don't actually give a shit about marketing. We will never we're really bad at it, and we admit it. But that's not what we're here to do. We're here to develop. And if somebody wants to use it, feel free. And they're pretty much, BitShares is the DNA of EOS, of Steam, and of many like tens and tens of other really strong projects which use really, really fast transactions. Let's say it's said that none of the big Bitcoin evangelists like Andreas and Roger don't see the potential of Steam. Well, that's the beauty of it. We don't need the big guys to see the potential of Steam. We need the small users. We need the day-to-day users to accept it. Steam is meant for the everyday people. It's not meant for the speculators, because Steam already exists. Steam is already working. There's nothing really to speculate on. So it's contrary to most other actual coins out there, which are speculative coins. Steam is just out there growing slowly but steadily in accounts, in active users, in communities, in their applications, interfaces, dApps, and people who want to make millionaires and billionaires who want to make quick money. They can't really make quick money on Steam, but they can make they can speculate on some bigger coins or some technologies which are yet to release their important updates. I guess the only thing you can speculate on Steam is SNTs, but that's still too far away for speculation purposes. It's like 6 months away probably, and we might see some speculation on Steam in a couple months. But for now, it's just under the radar and getting shit done, which is really hard to find a comparison in the blockchain of anybody else doing it. So that's my 2 cents of why I like it. And I don't go to many conferences. This is my second crypto conference that I went to. First one was Hackett. So if I go to a conference, it's a pretty good reason for me to go there. Like I only go to the really important conferences, and just I know I put my money where my mouth is. I'm currently I just had released a video just this a couple hours ago on DTube, actually like an hour ago on DTube, where I had an exclusive unboxing where I'm going to talk about some specific stuff that happened to me on Steamfest. What's going on with Hackett and Hacking? Hey Dan E. Shout out to Dan E. He's an awesome guy, an OG. Yeah, I should have probably talk about that a little bit in the following video, but there isn't any public stuff I can talk about, so I can't really reveal information that's not public. It wouldn't be alright. It's called inside information for a reason. It's confidential for a reason, and yeah, I might do some more videos on Hackett down the line, but right now I'm going to talk about some really amazing people I met at Steamfest and some amazing things I learned. I'm actually going to quote the words they said and then describe why that is potentially going to change my personal life and it might change your life too. So stay subscribed to see that in a couple days. Definitely going to have a lot more time for videos now that I'm back. That was a crazy 6 days, and I'm definitely going to Steamfest 4. So I'll see you guys there and see you in the next couple videos. I hope this video got your just got your thoughts rolling and just helps you look in between the lines, because what people say and what people do are two completely different things. And I try to do exactly what I say, which is rare, but I think most people don't do that. And you have to be very careful what you believe people saying, and kind of see what's actually happening and not what they're saying. Think about it, guys. See you later.